And for disclaimer, before I start this video, I do not have no beef or no problems with this person. I moved on with the situation. I'm just telling you guys my story and what happened to me. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, then welcome to my channel. So today I have another story time for you guys, and don't mind my background, okay? I was opening up packages and yeah. I'm going to be telling you guys a story time of what happened to me last year with the dude I was talking to, and he talked to another girl behind my back. We was on the talking stage for a year. Red flag. The reddest flag of them all. A man know what he wants. He know if you want to be his girl. Talk is cheap. Okay. I always knew that talking was cheap, but that whole experience taught me I don't need to hear words. Words mean nothing to me. It is action. Okay. You have to show it. Keep that in mind. Okay. So let me tell y'all the signs that had happened. So I remember like this was yesterday. I was at my best friend's house and I was spending the night. And this was my very first summer, okay? Because this year, 2025, that was my first actual real summer. I graduated college in 2024. The school that I went to, it was just straight to the career. So I never had no summer break. I was just in school. And I ended up going to my best friend's house after I graduated. But this was after the Rod Wave concert, his last lap. We had went there last year in January. And so around that time, I was on the phone with him. And it's like he wanted to be so distant with me. He didn't want to sleep on the phone. Mind y'all, we stay sleeping on the phone every day, every night, every second. You name it. Every night we sleeping on the phone. And he was telling me I'm being clingy, which I'm not too clingy. I don't think I am. I'm not too much of a clingy person. He just need a little space, you know, not talking on the phone every day. It was just all these little things. He don't compliment me like he was at first. He not asking me like, how are you? How's your day? Like little things. I pay attention to the little things. The little things matter. I just was noticing little things he don't do anymore. And I'm like, okay. And then after that, I end up going home. I think like the next day or like a couple days later. I don't know. But I end up going back home. And this was in February. Valentine's Day. So even though we wasn't together, we were talking. Like he told me that me and him are the only ones we're talking to. We're not talking to any outsiders, entertaining nobody else. We're only talking to each other. None of this would have happened. I wouldn't have got mad. Everything would have been fine. But I cut off people for him because he said we're only talking to each other. So keep that in mind with telling this story. The reason why I got mad. And so Valentine's Day, he didn't even call me on Valentine's Day. It was getting nighttime. It was around like 7, 8 at night, and I was washing the dishes. And I mainly wash the dishes at nighttime so everybody in the daytime can have time to mess them up and fix something to eat. At nighttime, around that time, everybody done eating, about to lay down. So that's when I washed the dishes. And I was in there washing the dishes, and I'm like, I told my besties, I'm like, he didn't call me, but whatever. I'm like, we're not together. So, I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, we're the only ones, you know, each other is talking to. So I would expect for you to say Happy Valentine's Day to me. I mean, I was going to say it to him, but like, come on, like, I'm the lady. You're not going to say it to me first, at least. You know what I mean? Do y'all know what I mean? But, after the dishes, my intuitions kicked in. Something out of nowhere just said, Danetta, he's talking to another girl. And I'm talking in my head like it came out of nowhere. And I'm talking in my head like, please, no, he not. Listen to your intuition, guys. Please listen. Now, sometimes your intuition can be wrong. That was my mom. Sometimes your intuition can be wrong, but that's why I feel like it's best to pray about it. But this intuition, it just came off strong. Now, I don't have trust issues or nothing like that. So this just came out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, this gotta be like God is speaking, like God is telling me this. And after that, like a couple minutes passed by. I was done with the dishes. I came back in my room. I get a FaceTime call from him. Now, it was a little bit weird because we barely FaceTimed. Now, we FaceTimed, don't get me wrong, but it was very rare. Now, in my head, now I immediately knew that something was going on because he's FaceTiming. And then in the back of my head, I'm saying like, oh, well, maybe it's Valentine's Day and he just want to see my face to tell me Happy Valentine's Day, you know. And that wasn't the case. So I answered the phone. Y'all, guess who it was? Was it him? Oh, no, 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 no. It was the girl he was talking to behind my back. And when she called me from his phone. And she was like, do he have a girlfriend? You know, do blank have a girlfriend? And I looked. I said, no, he don't have a girlfriend. And she flipped the camera on him, y'all. He was just looking so sad and lost. I was like I instantly got mad. I didn't get mad at her because I don't know her. She don't know me. I'm not going to get mad at her. I'm getting mad at him because you're the one. We know what we have going on. And your loyalty lies with me. My loyalty lies with you. Which she didn't get mad at me. She didn't have no attitude. It was like he was cheating on her with me. That's how it all came out to be. But then, after all of that, y'all, I cussed him out. I did. I shouldn't have done it because... Okay, now I know y'all probably like, you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. How I'm in the right path right now, especially my relationship with God is getting more stronger. It's like looking back on that, but like at the same time, I don't regret it. I just was like, okay, I could have done that a little differently, just a little differently. Because y'all cussed him out bad. That was the first time I ever cussed out anybody. Because I have so much patience. Like, I don't play about my feelings and my emotions. Like, I'm going to go off on you. You're going to get cussed out. Because I'm like, you wasted my time. My time have been wasted. I cut off dudes for him. You know how many dudes was in my line every day? And I cut them off for you. But you still out having your fun. Whatever who you having fun with. But me... I'm just here wondering why you want space, and I'm not even clingy. Y'all, he was the clingy one. Truth be told, he was the clingy one, not me. So y'all cussed him out. My best friend, she seen me crying. You know, I had like tears in my eyes, and she cussed him out. She cussed him out so bad, y'all. She didn't even have his number. Okay, she said, Danetta, give me his number right now. You know, I was mad. So I'm like, girl, cuss him out. Please do it. But I was like, I'm glad things happened the way that it did because it taught me what I can and can't deal with in my next relationship. Well, me and him wouldn't even date, but in my next person that I talk to, what a true man wants, which I already knew that. Because I'm like, I see my mom and my dad, and I see how my dad treat my mom. And I'm like, that's what I expect. That's why after him and the dudes that I was talking to at the time, I'm like, the next man that I talk to, he's going to be from God. I don't have time to be playing games. Who want to get their heart broken? Who want to be lied to, cussing out him because he playing with you? Like, nobody want to go through that. I said the next man that I'll be talking to will be my husband. I ended up blocking his number after all of that happened. He ended up DMing me a week later on Instagram. He was just apologizing over and over, you know, and I texted him back. And I was just, you know, telling him how he made me feel, how he wasted my time. I could have been giving my energy to somebody else, but I just wanted to be with you, but you wasted my time, you know, stuff like that. He ended up wanting to call me, so I guess he got a new number. And so he ended up calling me, He apologized again, kept apologizing. And, you know, I'm a forgivable person. I forgive, but don't forget. Like, I let it go, but I'm not going to forget what you did because I'm not going to go back to you. My loyalty is very strong, okay? If somebody if around with my loyalty, I'm just going to have to move away from you. We're no longer a thing anymore. You go your way, I go mine. We don't have to ever see each other ever again. I even told him, I said, my loyalty is super strong. When I love hard. There's no relationship when you can't trust anybody. Where's the loyalty? There's no you cannot build a relationship on no loyalty, no trust, no nothing. You cannot build a relationship on no trust. Y'all heard that? Yeah, people are shooting and firing freaking firecrackers because 4th of July is tomorrow. And guys, happy 4th of July. But anywho, I don't trust you no more. Once you break my trust, it is gone. It cannot be rebuilt. Y'all heard that? And that sounded a little bit close to my window. Should I move away from my window? I think I should. We can't be a thing anymore. I wanted to trust him so bad. And like, I wanted to give him another chance so bad. But I just couldn't. I couldn't allow myself to. You know your worth. And you have boundaries. I told him, you know, like, I still have love for you. I do. And I told him, I said, I don't hate you. Hate is a strong word. I don't have no type of hate in my heart at all. I was like, I forgive you, but it just can't be no us anymore. That was that. And before all of that, he ended up telling me that he slept with her, which we already knew that. I already knew that. He ended up sleeping with her after I found out. So after I cussed him out and my best friend cussed him out, later on that day, he slept with her. And I was like, you just don't give a damn. Because he was saying that he didn't know if I was ever going to talk to him again. So that's why he slept with her. And I'm like, if you really cared, you would feel so bad that you would tell her to get out of your house. Like, you wouldn't even, because she was at his house. But I already knew he slept with her. Like, come on. Let's be real. But that is it for today's video, guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified whenever you want to see me back on your screen.